Hi, welcome to the air signs of the weekend for the 16th and the 17th of July. Starting with Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. Do check the other videos out for other star signs. So let's start off with Aquarius. So Aquarian energy moving forward. Aquarius energy for the weekend. So this is for Aquarius. So Aquarius, we have good communication coming our way. It's always good to know that we're on the right path. So our destiny of where we are going and what we are attracting is definitely coming towards us. So maybe you've been waiting for communication from a job, from a person, or for your situation. When are the energies aligning up? This is a sign for you that they are aligning up, and it is your age of Aquarius. So moving forward is a must. So when we have this Aryan energy, we still need to put that effort in our journey. So whatever that means to you in your particular situation, what you're focusing on now, really look at it in an analytical way. Do you need more time for this vision to come through? Do you need a kind of aspect where you're very logical with it? So this Aryan energy of the Emperor is how you deal with your thoughts towards what's coming in. If you're doing something that hasn't worked in the past, then reevaluating what it is and kind of go again. So there are always elements of how we do things. And yes, something's working really good and you are going to get to your goal. But sometimes this is about being more analytical about it and a little bit more strict and stern and really ruling the roost. I do look at emperors as listening to all the other aspects within your situation. That's why the communication comes in. So maybe finding a little bit more of what you do need. For yourselves, this is a great card because it means the luxury of the situation is there. If you do want that aspect where you want all the marketing to work, maybe going self-employed or just getting more views on your social media or whatever, this is a kind of aspect that is definitely happening. It may be a slow build up, but you've got to really think logically about how you are building up your life, your future of what you do want. As I said before, sometimes what has worked, we just need a little bit of oomph into the situation. When we have the Four of Cups here, sometimes it is about having that opportunity come and really seeing that it suits you. Not everything works all the time at a set formula. So this black and white situation that could have worked might not work now. So readjust. It does say you are on your journey, keep going, but just do some readjustments, sometimes emotionally. So when you have the Hanged Man, this is all about Odin trying to find the runes, but it's also about the enlightenment about your situation. So really think long and hard, analytical and logically about what you are doing. Don't be so precious about an opinion or an idea of what's not worked or is working and you still think, but it's going to work, it's going to work. One has to really reevaluate, take time out to get to the bigger picture of what is coming in. In any situation, this will apply. Okay? Thank you, Aquarius. Moving on to Geminis now. We didn't like that card. Right, this is for Geminis. Let's have a look for Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising for Geminis. So, Geminis. So what we do have is, are you getting married this weekend? This is the marriage card. This is the Hierophant. This is about moving two energies together and learning to understand on a spiritual soul level that some lessons we do need to learn. So this is all about the tradition versus the spiritual side of who we are as people. So we don't need to be dictated to. We need to relax into what we do know as a person. So we need to ask questions of ourselves, of our situation, and where we are going. So this is a good card to indicate that Taurian energy is around us, and we need to be steadfast. We need to be kind of generous to ourselves about what we're giving to ourselves, eliminating what doesn't work and finding our own key within our own heart. Or Geminis. So sharing might be one of those lessons that we are trying to learn to adapt a more kind of free-flowing energy towards our goals. When we have that poverty thinking and we do things out of fear and structure, that may not have worked in the here and now. So everything's fine, but it could be a little bit more finer. Don't you agree? So making the decision of finding that energy, one needs to go to your own intuition, your own path now. What's worked for the parents or what's worked in the past may not always be applicable. When we choose one direction over another direction, we need to always open our heart. We need to open our heart and really go, is this right for me? So this is always a good question for you to be asking yourself, no matter what situation you're in. Is this right for me? Is this where I'm supposed to be? What can I learn from this situation? So we need the time out to really understand what our direction in this particular aspect is. And then you will get that perfect situation. So we've started with the marriage card and we quite end on the marriage card. So maybe making a decision for deeper connections within your life is one of those things that could happen. So really start again. Use this judgment card as self-assessing. Really don't be too critical or hard on yourself, but really understand that new beginnings are that, new beginnings. So trust yourself and trust new relationships and trust that things can work out fine for you, but just open up a little bit of your heart. If you want the very best for yourself, opening up is always a good thing. All right, thank you for Geminis. Moving on to Librans, for Libran energy. So for Libra, for Librans, let's have a look for Libra. So Libra, so maybe kids will play an important start in your life this weekend on the 16th and the 17th. A lot of the time this is about the new life coming in, the new way of looking at things, having compassion, empathy and love for our situation. It's always a good thing. So maybe you really do want children, and with the Ace of Wands here, this might be a real good indicator that now is the time to start something completely new. If you are having birth or fertility problems or whatever, this is a good sign that not anymore. Really make things happen. Put the spark back into your life. Know that direction, new life is always on the cards. So this is a give and take situation, and it's a charity. So when we look at what we do want, we can always have the birth of a new situation. The energy is there to produce, definitely produce what's bigger for you. When we do have the charity card, it means what are we giving to ourselves as well as others. So it's a cooperation card. And when we have the magic wand, that passion, that drive, that inspiration to make things happen, you only have to ask. Ask God, ask your angels, ask your higher self about what it is that you need to know or what you want. What's your good intention about yourself? Are you being kind enough to yourself in asking? So there is an element of healing to this particular aspect. When we put into things into balance and we see the change happens. You have the new life. You have the new spark. What is stopping you? Nothing. So this angel is around you, giving you guidance to say that you can change for the better, because what you have wanted is coming. So when you have the Six of Pentacles and you have Archangel Gabriel here giving you that spark of life, why aren't you taking it? So walking away from something like, I don't deserve it, or it's not for me, maybe reevaluate who you are. Put things into perspective that you do deserve love. You do deserve the very best of life can offer. This is your life. This is a complete gift. So we need to walk away from those negative thoughts. Take action to have that spark. Take action to the new life. Socialize. Get out there. Really know that we can learn a lot from people in itself and yourself. So ask your higher self, your guides, whatever, God, whatever you want to connect to. But definitely connect to yourself about what you do want. It's a weekend. It's time to reflect on that. And you'll be amazed that soon you'll be fine in the situation of what you really have wanted all the time. All right? Thank you, Libra.